King Samuel Crypto Circus.
What the? King Samuel Crypto Circus. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
King Samuel Crypto Circus.
Sir, you check that out.
I was watching an episode of You where measles came up.
Wait. When did I mention measles?
I don't know. It was on You.
Wait, what was on me? What are you talking about? Is Raymond even hearing what I'm saying? I never had the measles.
Was on You.
We never did a measles and vaccine episode. Is this a joke?
I know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It was on You. It was on You.
I've never had measles. What are you talking about? This is stupid.
It was an episode of a show, Laura.
What's it called?
You.
What is he talking about?
It's called You.
I've never done a show on measles. I just completely give up. We got to get
It's
out
a
of it.
show
I give up.
called You on Netflix.
There's a show called Laura Ingraham on Netflix. What are you
Never
talking
mind.
about?
I'm moving on to Adele. I can't explain this to you.
What's he talking about?
How y'all doing today? God damn it. This is your homie King Samuel Crypto Circus, huh? Shout out to Unknown Crypto for hooking me up with the Flux video. And thank you to everyone that's been watching the YouTube channel. I understand why you would. But at the same time, whatever, it's all good. It's a circus. We're going to have a mixture of some educational ideas to potentially consider. We don't do no advice over here. I don't give no goddamn advice over here. And then a little bit of entertainment. Talking about random social media bullshits. Huh? And then, of course, highlight a little bit of my journey building a band in Augusta, Georgia. Disgusta, Georgia. One of the worst places in the South, period, for entertainment, musicians, all of that. Anyway, we ain't getting all that. And a little bit about my kids and stuff. So, yeah, just, I guess, elaborating a little bit more on the intentions, or my intentions, with King Samuel Crypto Circus, and really a lot of the other stuff that I do have been enjoying, and how everything is just kind of coming together and becoming what I intended it to be. I don't necessarily have all the people I wanted to do it with. I was trying to do this with musicians and content creators, so that way we write the show, we produce the show, we do the music for the show, we keep all royalties, all rights, all ownership from here until whenever. It's something that we create for us. And then, of course, it would also be organically building a library. So when we start doing our live shows, we ain't necessarily having to put a completely whole new different thing together. You know, people gonna want to come and hear the stuff that they've done got accustomed to via social media, via the YouTube videos and all the other little things that we do in that regard. So, however, trying to communicate that with the people that I'm around, I've lost way too many brain cells trying to break this shit down to these motherfuckers. And so I take this shit very personal. My relationships with musicians and people that I try to do business with, I take that shit extremely personal. I probably shouldn't. Matter of fact, I know I should. Oh shit, I burned my bacon. Okay, I got a minute left. Be baking me some bacon. But a lot of the reasons why I take my relationship so personal with musicians and people that I work with is because I like that team camaraderie type situation. And then I 1000% know that we can achieve more, build more through collaborations and not just being individualists. It works for a lot of people, but whatever. So anywho, damn, I gotta clean my shit. So thank you again to Unknown Crypto for the Flux video that you sent, and I posted recently. He asked me about doing video like 2-3 weeks ago or whatever, and I just have not been able to get anything remotely. I put a lot of random bullshit out, but trying to like be intentional, that shit sucks. That shit sucks. And on top of that, today is Tuesday, I believe. I think today is either Tuesday or Wednesday in November. I don't know the exact date. But for the past week, I have been trying to get my shit stable. The only stuff that's been stable was my 66 series on Ethereum and Zilliqa. That's been pretty stable. But all my 5 series, that shit has been crazy. As well as I did try to switch some things up and try to mine Flux for a couple of days, but then I abandoned ship, and then my NVIDIA cards that I recently got, the 1080 and the 3060, it was on Flux. I just took it off Flux yesterday. And my goodness, yesterday was interesting as far as mining is concerned. I'm like really going all over the place now, but it's all good. So, my rigs went down upstairs. I recently started using a little Wi-Fi, USB, Gimbal, whatever you call that shit, to run Wi-Fi. And I bought half of my farm upstairs and plugged it in where the washer would have been, because it's a 20 amp breaker. And I bought the fan upstairs so I could blow that hot air and let it circulate through the upstairs area. But yesterday my shit went down and I didn't get no warnings. Like, it just said, offline, but it didn't say why it was offline. Most times it'll say some shit like GPU 4 detected dead, rebooting or what have you, but it just didn't say nothing. And so I just started reacting based off of, in the past, different things that I've come across when my rigs go down. So the first thing I started doing was adjusting my overclocks. I was thinking, damn, my overclocks is I'm pushing my cards a little too hard, so let me just go ahead and start adjusting them. But it still wasn't staying on. And then it got to a point where the shit just would not come online. And then one rig was online and another one wasn't. So I'm thinking, maybe I need to reset the Wi-Fi, the USB Wi-Fi thing or whatever. So I went through Hive. When Hive, it goes through its initial setup and it tries to start the miner. If it doesn't have internet, it'll be a screen right there. You type in Wi-Fi. And see, I can tell a person how to do this shit, but shoot a video and doing it is, man, that shit is like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like make my brain feel, I don't know. So anyway, I troubleshooted the Wi-Fi, and then the motherboard was acting weird. Like one time it'll boot up and it'll have both cards, and then another time it'll boot up and only have one card. And then the other rig was doing the same thing. So then I thought, well, I probably should change, get this. I had my NVIDIA cards were on my newest motherboard, specifically made for mining. And my 5 series was on an older ass PC that I've just made work. So I figured, this would be a good time, since my shit is down, to switch and put those 5000 series or 5 series on the newer motherboard with the AMD processor. And it has in the BIOS, you can switch it to power. So if it loses power, it automatically reboots. Well, I can't do that on that other motherboard. So that way, since the 5 series constantly goes down, if it did, it'll go ahead and power back up, and I wouldn't have to push no goddamn button or nothing like that. And so I did it. I switched them all up, but the shit still wasn't working. And so I just got frustrated. Matter of fact, if today is Tuesday, that happened Sunday. I guess I was talking too much because I ran out of goddamn storage on the phone. But come to find out, I had to reset my Wi-Fi router. So I reset the Wi-Fi router. Everything got back to working just like it was supposed to. And so my shit's been up. I got everything. The whole farm is on ETH and Raptorium right now. I'm abandoning ship for Flux for a little while. Because partially, hopefully some of you can learn from my mistakes. I am very, 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 very aggressively building my farm to the extent that I stopped paying bills. I stopped being responsible with my credit. I stopped being responsible with my finances. 1,000% blew my budget. I sold about 95% of my crypto holdings and just have been investing in building my farm, expanding my farm. Last month, so like I just got into mining, I don't know, at the end of the winter or some shit like that, or the end of spring or something like that. I haven't been in but just for a few months. And when I started actually doing GPU mining, I bought a PC from the local computer store with a 5600 XT in it. And I was impressed, like, damn, at that time it was like 42 mega hash. And then I started getting in and people started asking questions and people started giving me tips and shit. I started out in Kudu Miner and then was on Unminable for a minute. And then, shit, this hot. God damn, that bacon hot as shit. Well, duh, I just got it out the oven. And then I ended up on Hive. But, so, then I found another 5600 for like $550, $600, some shit like that. I thought it was a deal. People kept complaining about there ain't no more GPUs, or it's hard to find GPUs because scalper prices and all this other shit. So I figured I was getting where I get in. Then I started listening to other YouTubers and they was like, don't buy right now, just wait. Prices are gonna go down, but if you keep paying these prices, then you're gonna keep the prices up. So I stopped. But then I fucked around. I found a 5700 on eBay or some shit for like $500. So I got that. And once I got that in, it was game over. After that, I started trying to find whatever I could. And I bought a 580. I bought a couple 580s. And then I had a 580 for like $250. 588 gig. And I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't know how to overclock it. And it kept crashing. And when I put it in Windows, it kept crashing. So I thought it was a bad card. I wish I would have kept that card. Oh, that card was a dope-ass card. Man, I wish I would have kept that card. Because now I know how to overclock that bitch. Man. And then I would have 4 of them hoes right now. Then I bought a 580, then I bought some 470s, and I fucked up the BIOS on the 470s and bricked them. Bricked the 580. I was a lot of money lost. And then, oh yeah, during the summer, after I got my, when I had the 256 XTs, the 5700, and one 580, I mined Shiba Inu for like a couple days or whatever. I racked up a lot of Shiba Inu and sat on that shit. Then, end of September, October time frame, of 2021. Shiba Inu went parabolic, and I sold a little too early. I made a lot of money, relatively speaking, for what I put in, but I could have waited a couple more days, and whew. So I took that money and I bought I bought 6 6600 XTs, one 6600 and one 6700 XT. I bought 2 30 amp PDUs. I bought like 4 or 5 1200 watt PSUs, some C14 cables, the little switch, the little plug to go 30 amp. Bought that shit, and something else. I think cords, cables and shit, power cables, and GPU risers and shit. And then this past month, November, I bought 6 PSUs from Best Buy for $37 a piece. I bought some motherboards, CPUs, so I can have some CPU rigs for Raptorium. The 3800X Threadripper, whatever CPU rabbit mining the YouTuber has been pushing, I bought 2 of them shits. And then I got the 3060 Ti Gigabyte and the 1080. And I also bought I actually bought 2 more 3060 Ti's, but one of them motherfuckers on eBay wanted me to prove all this shit and verify a whole bunch of crap. And I'm like, dude, you're a scalper. I don't got to prove nothing to you. You ain't even honest. What the fuck y'all look like proving something to you? And so that punk bitch refunded me my money. So I didn't get that one. And then I was supposed to have one that came in yesterday. And I emailed the dude. I'm like, what the hell's going on, man? You got my money. Send me my card. And then within 30 minutes, he sent me a goddamn thing talking about he just dropped it off. Boy, y'all ain't worth a shit. I ordered that shit last Wednesday or something like that. And it was supposed to have came in Monday. And so now it's supposed to be here Friday or some junk. But I had got behind on my car. I was 81 days behind on my car payment. I called them people last night or yesterday and made a payment. I was contemplating letting that shit get repo because I really don't like driving that motherfucker. It hurt my neck. I got to get me an SUV. I used to have a Dodge Ram. Oh, that's another thing. I sold my Ram this year. Sold my truck and bought, what the hell did I buy when I sold my truck? I bought, I don't know, it was something. I think I bought 2 more computers and something else. Or that might have been when I bought my my helium miners. I ordered 2 helium miners and they ain't came in yet. But so now, again this week, gonna have 2 CPU builds for Raptorium. Gonna add a 3060 Ti. And after those CPUs tune and shit, I'm gonna put all 3 of them cars on one of them motherboards and start that 3060 Ti rig build. And then I'll put some money in Riot Blockchain and BTB and stock options. So hopefully I can make some flips there. I was up like $1,200 and I said, nah, I'm gonna let that shit sit and wait. This morning, my whole account, 28% decrease. That shit did not look good. But I got time. It's gonna come back. So my intention with that is to try to catch a 30-90 under $3,000. And if I can't, then I'll probably go ahead and start getting 30-70s or try to get a 30-80. Because at this point, I'm about long term now. I know as long as I'm alive, I'm a mine. So I got to buy cars that's going to last like 10 years from now. Still be able to mine off of them, hopefully. We'll see. And with Flux is going to stay proof of work. And with all their partnerships and shit that they got going on, long term, if Ethereum does move to proof of stake, then that's the route for me. Because I believe in Flux and everything that they got going on. And eventually, I plan on running me some nodes on Flux. So right now, my strategy is to build out my NVIDIA. And so I can hopefully build me some, not hopefully, but start building some dedicated Flux rigs. But I gotta get above a 1 gig on ETH before I can do a completely dedicated Flux rig for my personal self, my personal goals. But it was cool mining it for a couple of days and then getting the bonus coins. But right now, I got this for the rest of this week, and probably through Thanksgiving, I'm gonna have to stick with ETH and get my ass out of debt. Stop with the bull crap. Get back discipline, budgeting. So I said all of that. Hopefully, some of you might be in the situation where you just like, man, I just gotta get it. I gotta get it. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. If I go into debt, I'm gonna do it. I'm not saying do it or don't. Just, even in the midst of that, still manage and keep track of what you got going on. If you're skipping house payments and shit, after 80 days, that 89th day is when they send your shit to foreclosure. Big car dealerships, 89 days, they send your shit to review for repossession. So you can go 80 days being late. 80 days being late, but you just got to keep up with that shit. So, this ain't advice. This is just my experience. So, I'm at the point now where I gotta go ahead and chill out. Don't be as aggressive in December. I'm still gonna get one card, but not multiples at the beginning of the month. And go ahead and reestablish my credit, because at some point I'm gonna use my credit, rebuild it and use it to buy more shit, especially when we get in this bear market. I got a great vision on getting me a house, renovating it, have my living space, and then the other spaces for my mining. So again, thank you, Unknown Crypto, for the Flux video. Thank you for the collaboration. Thank you for all the advice that you've been giving me offline. Thank you to everybody that watches this shit, my channel, my journey in this crypto world. I'm not no technical dude, so you're not finna get no whole bunch of, if you put this at this megahertz and this at this clock. Nah, man, you take that shit on over there, cuz. Now, you want to talk about some real shit? I shouldn't say real shit, but normal life shit, I got you. We can hold those conversations. And then again, building my band, I'm a pocket drummer. I guess I need to get off here. This damn bacon wasn't hitting as good as I thought it was going to. Peace.